Good evening and welcome to the Build With Baer Workshop. My name is Pat Bear. I'm here to build a model kit and to hang out with all of you. I'm throwing the Bear Cave, the Lego, the site emote in the chat. If you're currently a subscriber, you can reply with those emotes. Just put those right in the chat and let me see them. Or you could just say hi, or you could use other people's emotes. Or if you feel like being a lurker, well, go ahead and lurk. Just hang out, and that's cool too. Dirty's here. Hello, Dirty. This is the intro portion of the stream. I'm just saying hi. Jam is here. Welcome, Jam. We're going to let people be fashionably late to come into the stream. Aristofan just subscribed tier 2. That's 45 months on a 45-month streak, saying 45 months is a long time. That stretches back to 2018 in the before times. Indeed, it does. So let's go ahead and throw those emotes in there also. You got to hit up some applause. Thank you very much, Aristofan, for your continued support. Also, Aristofan is our tier 2, one of our tier 2s. We got a couple tier 2 supporters there. Thank you very much for that, using the Scythe emote. We will see the Scythe emote in June. Everybody's going to be able to use the Scythe emote. It's going to become a tier 1 because I have a brand new tier 2 coming in, designed, of course, by Xandra. And so we'll be able to see that next month in celebration of my birthday. Good. And finally, I think I've been talking about since like last year. Gonna finally do it. Lord Crashington says, hey, Pat. Hey to you, Lord Crashington. And the Aristofan follows up with, I looked at a list of news stories from 45 months ago, and the second story was about a shooting. So that was depressing. Yeah. Yeah. I don't have anything clever to say about that. There's a comedian I really like who I can't remember. Oh no, I don't remember who said it. There's a comedian that I like who I can't remember which one it was because I like a lot of comedians. Who has a joke in his act about like, let's talk about school shootings. No, not the one that just happened. The one from not too long ago. And he says, this special will get taped way before it'll come out months after the taping. And people were like, will that be relevant? This joke, but this is America, and then America gets this like sick laugh, like this, like somebody laughs really hard in a sad way at that, and he's just like, yeah, it'll work. Don't worry. But that is unfortunately the truth. You can't. I described that very poorly, but you get the idea that like there's always going to be one. Yes, thank you, Aristofan. I also look forward to the emotes. I should also just say, way back when, the year 2000, 2001, 2000. There's for the first season of the Upright Citizens Brigade. They have a sketch about someone that brings throwing knives or throwing stars to school. And people were like, I can't believe you made this sketch about the recent tragedy. They're like, no, sketches take a long time to make. We filmed that a year ago. We were talking about another tragedy, not the one that just happened a couple weeks before the episode came out. It was a real thing. Shit's fucked. Basically, if guns weren't accessible and you had to bring throwing stars to school, there would be far fewer fatalities. Tonight we're going to work on, as my good friend Vinny Caravella says, impossible transition. The impossible transition. We're going to do it here. To say, we're going to build a Boba Fett model kit. I'm also going to show off a piece of gear that I purchased with money because I don't know if you know this, but less than a week ago did a little fundraising to pay for some dental surgery. And so I know that that's going to be paid off, which is fantastic. People were extra generous, which means that I can buy a little bit of gear and kits. But also, this week was also sad, as we've just previously talked about. And I did a little retail therapy and bought myself a piece of gear. And so we'll look at that, and then we'll talk about this kit. I'm going to reply to my tweet, see if we can get a few more friends to join us tonight. I don't know. Also, I should say, Aristofan renewed their sub, which is fantastic. We're currently at 33 subs out of 35. Look, the real goal is 40, but to say 33 out of 40 isn't as, So if you'd like to become a subscriber, you'd like to give somebody a subscription, there'll be a great time to do it. Would be tonight. If you don't want to, don't. That's cool. But we're going to get into model kit building here. Just replied to my tweet. I did not watch the Willow trailer. I didn't pay attention to any of the Star Wars stuff. I'm just worried because I have several friends there, and I'm hoping they don't fucking get COVID at Star Wars Celebration. But I paid no attention to any of the Star Wars stuff at all. That's not true. I do know that Jude Law is in a show, and that feels weird. It feels weird that Jude Law is going to be in a Star Wars TV show. That just feels weird. I don't know. I can't tell you the last movie he was in, but I feel like it's weird that he's doing that. That's all I'm going to say. It feels weird that Jude Law is like, yeah, I'm doing some Star Wars. Just feels weird. Anyway, let's go to the overhead and look at this gear that I got here. I'm going to pull the camera back a little bit more than I normally do. There we go. I'm pulled it back all the way. The Arctic Sloth subscribed to Tier 1 saying, I'm currently on a 3-month streak, so let's hit the applause there. Throw the emotes in the chat. He was in Captain Marvel. You're right. You're right. He did a Marvel movie. But that, to me, it feels like everybody's going to do a Marvel movie at some point. I don't know. Let's throw in some emotes in the chat there. Thank you very much, Arctic Sloth, for your continued support. Appreciate it. Welcome back. 5 months is great. Thank you for that. So this is the piece of gear that I bought. Now, we'll start on this end here so you can see. Of course, we'll zoom back in later. This is a clamp here for my camera. My overhead camera right now is currently using this bendy arm, which has been great. It's got, it's still got some strength to it. It can bend and get around some corners and stuff. It's great for webcams. It's not great for a camcorder, which currently I'm using, as you know. As many of you know, I should say. So I got this arm here, attached down to the bottom, with clamp over there. And then you can extend over here. It has a bunch of different attachments. I am currently thinking that I can do like this here, and then right here I can attach the camera. So it'll basically go like right behind, it'll clamp like right behind my monitor. You can see my monitor stand here. It'll clamp right behind the monitor stand, shoot up past the my third monitor, and then I'll be able to zoom down, and it'll basically be like this, and then I'll just turn it like that, and then I put it at a bit of an angle because it'll just be at a bit of an angle and go down there. Now, if that doesn't work, I can unscrew this part here. This part here can get unscrewed, no problem. I'm going to zoom in a little bit here because why not? This part here, I can unscrew this, and then I can put on another bar, and that bar can come forward. It can go on an angle. It'll go like this here. So instead of like it being like that, it'll go like that, and then I can attach this to that bar. I don't think I'm going to need to do that. That I think will overshoot things. I believe that where I clamp it, I can just use this on a slight angle, and it'll be fine. And this will be strong enough to support the camera, and this will be strong enough to support the camera on an angle. That's my belief. As you can see, I have this in my hands, which means I'm not using it because I just got it like a couple hours ago and didn't want to fuck up anything for the stream tonight. So I'm going to be figuring this out tomorrow. I have set aside some time tomorrow to work on getting this all set up. Lucretion says, I think my Elgato ring light has one of those. You can put it on your cam in the middle of the ring light. Ooh, that's fun. Yeah, that's nice for people that use webcams. They can just put it in the actual ring light, and the ring light goes around it. That is very cool. This also came with an attachment for like a webcam, not a webcam, a camera, that or a phone. That's what I'm trying to say. So you can like clip on a phone. I have one of those already, but this one was better than the one I already have. So I use that for like vlogging the few times that I've vlogged. Anyway, Hopefully it'll all work. But that was a piece of gear I wanted to show you. Now, before we get into building, start working on Boba Fett, there's one other piece of tech stuff to talk about here, which is just setting up right before a stream is the most fun way to fuck up your stream setup. Yes, Lord Crashington, we learn to do things on our days off when it comes to streaming. At least I have. Like changing around my my microphone. Normally, or you can say there's like a shadow that's over here because of where my mic is, but because I'm zoomed in more because of the new camera, I can put it where I want to put it, and it's not in anybody's like view other than the top of the mic, and it works out great. But I did that on Tuesday, not yesterday or today. Let's talk about stickers. This kit came with 2 sets of stickers, and they are identical. Each sticker matches up. The differences are that you might be able to see this looks bigger than this. These ones here. The green looks bigger than the blue. And that's because these are traditional stickers, and these are water slide decals. How fucking cool is that? They give you an option. If you are a water slide decal fan, you can just go with the decals. If you prefer doing stickers, you can go with the stickers. If you fuck up one, you could be like, well, I'm going to do a water slide on that one. Or all these water slide stickers are all fucked up. I'll just use a regular sticker for that. We're going to do regular stickers instead of water slides because I'm more comfortable with regular stickers than I am with water slides, especially because I don't have a good place to like clamp the kit. But our Boba Fett's not going to be as weathered as the photo, obviously, but like it's still going to look pretty cool. It's still going to look like, you know, this armor is still going to look pretty old. So I'm excited about that. But yeah, the fact that it gives me options, right? It is sick. It's pretty awesome that they did that. I saw it in there and I was like, wait, these are the same. Cool. So yeah, so we're, like I said, we're going to focus on the regular stickers here because I'm more comfortable with that. Get my X-Acto blade in there and then apply either, you know, maybe using my tweezers or just using the X-Acto. But I think I'm more comfortable with this traditional sticker application. So that's cool. And thankfully, none of them are dry transfer. We got our Boba Fett kit here. We got some color in this instruction manual, which I appreciate. It does the thing I don't like, which is the like you have to open it up fully. Like you got to unfold it here. It's not just like left to right one page, left to right one page. It's like this long extension. I do think this is cool. I do think that this is neat. We're doing the head, then we're doing the chest, then we're going to do the waist, then we're going to do the leg. I think that's very cool, especially for people who are like new to building. So don't get me wrong. I do think it's cool. Also, this kit has some undergating, so we got to be aware of that. I don't think it's cool that I just don't like this style of instruction manual. I prefer the one page, read the whole page. So when we get to step 2 and work on the body, I'm going to have to open this up more. I don't like that. Personal preference. That's my personal preference. I just don't love that. But let's start with the head. We're starting at the top of the kit. Again, this is a kit from the year 2018. This might have been a hobby shop, Bandai Hobby Site exclusive for a while at least. This may have been not like readily available. Might have been a little limited. I bought it on Amazon. I don't know. I've been meaning to buy this kit for a while. It went on sale towards the beginning of the month, around the May the 4th. I did not plan to build this it went on sale at the beginning of the month and I never bought it. I should add, it went on sale in the beginning of, I never bought it. Somebody bought this off my wish list. I can't remember who. I believe their name is Ken. I'm going to verify on my YouTube channel. I'm going to go to the YouTube, look for my video there. Hold on a second. I'm going to go into my videos, see who bought that. I believe it was someone named Ken because they didn't send a message, so they sent me a DM. Ken picked this up. So I was going to buy this. Yes, nice pull. Thank you. I was going to buy this at the beginning of the month and do something with Star Wars, and I didn't get around to it. And then it stayed like pretty reasonably priced. And then Ken picked it up. So it was the next kit to build. And on Monday, we finished the White Rider. So this became the day we were doing it. I didn't know until probably Tuesday that the Star Wars celebration was today. So this feels like it was like a big plan of mine. And I need you to know that I am occasionally a clever boy. But that's not this. This is not me being like, oh yeah, people are talking about Star Wars. Well, I'm going to work on Boba Fett. Like, hell yeah, synergy. Accidental mastermind. Yes, this is totally an accident. This is like a happy accident that Ken happened to buy this, and I happened to finish the White Rider on Monday, so this became the next thing I was working on. It's just a cool coincidence. I don't have anything up on screen overlay about markers, because we're just going to use the black marker. That's the only marker we need for this at all, is just the black one, because it's just there's a bunch of different colors, but every color that's on here we would use a black marker for, so it doesn't make sense to just put that up there. I know what colors to go with what piece. Let's make sure this looks right. We gotta do that. Goes like that. Okay, this slides on. There we go. It's already Boba Fett. Like this already. Oh, we can get a little closer. Yeah, this already looks like, the helmet. We're already getting there. A5, A14. So yeah, excited to be putting this together. I have a fondness for Boba Fett. I've watched the Christmas special to see the debut of Boba Fett in the animated. I've watched all 9 of the mainline movies. I have seen some of The Mandalorian. I can't pretend that I've seen all of The Mandalorian, but I have seen some of The Mandalorian, and I liked most of what I saw. But yeah, look, I was born in 1980. I think Boba Fett is pretty fucking cool. Like, it's part of it is the mystique, part of it is like the nostalgia, part of it is the idea that like I am of a time, and I am kind of predisposed to think Boba Fett is cool, and to think that it's weird because as a 1980 boy, I think that Boba Fett rules. And then I have a weird thing of like, well, Boba Fett rules, but maybe Kid Boba Fett doesn't rule. And I don't think Jango Fett is that great. But then now people are like, no, Jango Fett rules because of television stuff, like shows and stuff. Now people are like, no. Jango, The Mandalorian's where it's at. And you're like, oh, okay. Like, I'm mostly just thinking of like the little kid that like grows up, the little kid clone that grows up to become Boba Fett, and you're like, all right, I guess you'll be pretty cool at some point, but right now, I don't know, kid. I'm gonna put this on. This doesn't. Every piece of this feels like it doesn't want to do things. Tightly fit the parts for the. That I didn't explain that well. Every piece of this plastic, I'm doing it right, but it's fighting me every step of the way, which hopefully means it'll be a nice snug fit, and it'll like go together well, and everything will like link up, and it'll look awesome. But in practice, it feels like I'm constantly doing things wrong, and that like I'm fucking up, and I'm like, okay, well, let me try this way, and then it just works all of a sudden, and you're like, all right, I guess I didn't have it snapped well enough. It is a stiff kit. Yes, Arctic Sloth, you said it right. This is a real stiff kit. That is hitting the nail on the head. This kit does not feel like it has any give to it. Which, like I said, I like the action figure model kits that maybe at first glance you couldn't tell that it was a kit that was put together, and you're like, oh shit. I do like those. I tend to like those very much, but also I don't like struggling. Where's F? There's F. F. Oh yeah. we're almost done. Well, we're not almost done. We're getting close to Dylan's helmet. And then, of course, we'll panel line it once we get towards there. Boba Fett was always weird to me, and the show didn't do much to change that. Yeah, I understand. I'm just a big fan. It's just like, look, intergalactic bounty hunter is a cool thing. It's just cool. It's just like, that's a cool thing. This is a cool idea. I'm on board with this. What are we doing here? Okay, yes. Tell me more about this cool thing. What's going on? Got a jetpack. Hell yeah. You know, like capturing people. Cool mask. Just kind of looks ancient and old. Like has just like been dealing with a lot over the years. I like that. Gotta clean this up here. Gotta snap this part off here. Gotta fit tightly as it'll go. Put this part on here. Come on. Hell yeah. This looks dope as hell. Boba Fett head. Speaking of new show versus Legends, is Fennec Shand the replacement for Dengar? Dirty, I don't know. I mean, possibly. I mean, how can you replace Dengar? If pop culture didn't deem Boba Fett to be significant, I never cared much about him for what's in the original trilogy. Yeah, I think his like mystique, the idea that like he was introduced in the Star Wars Christmas special, and it's like this great bit of animation. I mean, it doesn't hold up super well, but it's still cool. That like, yeah, I think there's just like a lot to be like to like about him, and it was mostly just like the fandom just latched onto him. Really loved building this kit. Hey, first off, hey Zorbs, happy to have you here. Welcome, welcome. Always nice to see you. Yeah, I haven't worked on this kit, but it looks great. Obviously, the weathering, you know, in the render of the photo is going to be better than whatever I end up doing. But we'll still panel line this, and it'll still look cool. I am not an expert, obviously, at like doing that kind of stuff, but I can certainly panel line this, and that will, I think, make it stand out. But yeah, other than like it just being really here's the thing. Now that I know that this kit is snug, like that's just going to help me as I continue to put this together, because I'll just be like prepared for making sure everything's really locked in, making sure everything's really trimmed. All right, we need F1 and A31. Let's see. I got my big list of things to talk about tonight. It's always good to have a few topics to chat with you all about. Folks that have Twitch Prime, if you are still playing Pokemon Go, you can link your whatever email you use for your Go account with your Twitch Prime, and you can get some goodies for Pokemon Go. It's not a lot of goodies. It's basically about the equivalent of a daily, you know, your daily freebie, but it's still something. So you should do that. And if you still play Hearthstone, like I do, the freebie this month for Hearthstone is 3 standard packs. So they're not the expansion packs, but they're the standard packs. But that's still, at very least, that's free dust. Because you'll just get them. Maybe you'll crack something you didn't have before that'll be interesting to you. But most likely, all you'll get is, oops, this goes in second. Fucked up. You might just end up with some dust. So take a look at that. I would say you should always be checking the freebies, because sometimes it's just like, here's a free game, and you'll download it, or you'll like link it to your account, and you'll never play it because you don't even use the launcher, Steam's launcher, or not Steam, Twitch, Twitch's launcher. You never even use that shit. You forget you have it, but it's still good to like know that's there. Hey, Zorbs, just subscribed with Prime 31 months, saying it's been too long since I subbed last. Thank you so much, Zorbs. Let's throw the Bear Cave, the Lego, and the Scythe emote in the chat. Hit the old applause. Welcome back, Zorbs. Happy to have you here. I'm going to throw the emotes in the chat, and then I'm going to update my subs number here. Yes, happy to have you here on the stream, and of course, also pleased to have you as a subscriber. Welcome, welcome. We'll just do 34. Whoops, back. 34 out of 35. Great. Updated. Cool. The immediate goal is 35. We're hoping to go past that, but, you know, we're also okay. All right, so let's get this head done here. We are going to panel line this just while I'm here because that is good to just get done. Luckily, this popped back out because I had put it in incorrectly. There we go. All right, so now we're just going to take our black marker and just kind of follow the lines here. We'll obviously hit it with the eraser when we're done. And we don't have to go too much of this because there's not a whole lot to really do here, but we'll hit some indents. We'll hit the outlines here. We'll just trace around. Go just use our marker. Go where it takes us. Yeah, so take a look at the Prime stuff because there might be something that you didn't even know you could get for free. An older game that you're just like, oh yeah, shit, all right, I'll take a look at that, or some kind of thing that you have never heard of, but it's free, so you'll just say yes and then never play it, and that's okay. But also some in-game freebies for things. Like I said, Hearthstone and Pokemon Go are just two examples that are things I play, so I remember them. Short update. No problem, Mr. Fan. Yeah. I noticed that like yesterday that the packs were there. I fixed my Patreon issue, people. So I'm very excited about that. If you didn't know, I was having an issue with Patreon where they changed the thing here and there. Basically, I had to fill out a W-9, which is fine. I'm totally okay with filling out a W-9 form. I thought I had in the past. I guess I hadn't. So basically, I had to fill out this form, and I couldn't get, withdrawal anything. I only have $2 in the withdrawal since, the last time I did it. So I'm like, well, that's not a big deal. Sure, let me just go and do this, type it in, fill that out, no problem. Well, there's an error. Well, why is there an error? Is my information wrong? Double check my information. No, just can't complete it. Why? I filled everything out right. No information about why I picked it up. So then I went to, I did it in Firefox, no dice. Did it in Chrome, no dice. And then I remembered there was a few months ago where I couldn't withdraw funds. No matter what, couldn't withdraw funds. And someone told me the solution was to take out your phone, turn off Wi-Fi, so you're just using your data plan, then open up Safari, log into Patreon, and then do it there. And it worked that time. So I did that, and lo and behold, my W-9 got straightened away. Everything's cool. I can withdraw funds. It won't be a problem. So I don't have to, pause my Patreon next month because I don't want to charge people if they're not going to, and if I can't withdraw that money. So it's been taken care of. But it was like, what the fuck? What's going on here? That's a nonsense solution to... Patreon has some kind of fundamental issue if that is a thing that happens multiple times. What the fuck? Why is that multiple times that you can just, need to use your phone in, data plan mode? Why is that a thing? Oh, there's some dots on here I forgot about. So basically, Patreon's figured out. Also, Patreon needs to figure its shit out. Dirty says, I just had a realization that my parents' purchase of annual passes at Six Flags was just their excuse to get us kids to walk 5 miles every other weekend. So freaking devious. Oh shit, yeah, if you're walking to Six Flags, yeah. I mean, look, it's still an annual pass to a water and amusement park, so it's still pretty cool. I lived near 2 different Six Flags. One was in New Jersey, Six Flags Great Adventure. It's the one with the drive-through safari that isn't fun, in my opinion, my personal opinion. And it's got some cool rides and such. And then also in Massachusetts, there's Six Flags New England, which used to be Riverside Park, and then it was purchased, and it became a Six Flags. It became Six Flags New England, which I don't love that, because I really love Riverside. And Riverside was like the alternative to going to New Jersey for Six Flags. But you do what you got to do, and I did that. All right, I'm going to put the instructions like this. I think that's the only thing I can do here that makes it easier. But yes, you did get tricked into exercising and also being out of the house a lot. But you totally got tricked dirty. I've talked about, I just recently talked about wearing a Jester hat that I purchased at Six Flags, a white and black Jester hat that had bells that I wore to school in high school because we had gotten permission to wear hats. Now, a teacher could ask you to remove your hat in class. It was on a teacher basis, and that was a great indication to know who was a mean person, because the only teachers that enforced that particular rule of actually like taking time out of their day to ask students to remove their hats, male students, never asked the female students, was just like a couple teachers, and you always knew that those teachers were just going to be annoying all the time forever, and were never going to be cool people because they would waste so much time asking you to take off your goddamn hat in class because it was disrespectful. All right. Now, in fairness, wearing a Jester hat is disrespectful. I was being a disrespectful little shit by like taking the letter of the law of a hat, and of course this was the late 90s, so maybe in 2010 I would have worn a fedora, because I definitely would have at some point. I've never owned a fedora, but that's only because of my age. But I probably would have at some point. I did own a bowler hat, but I bought it for comedy purposes. I bought it for a sketch comedy bit. And then there was a time, let's just be real. There was a time where I did wonder, what if this was my thing? What if I started wearing this bowler hat all the time? And that was like my look. And it didn't. I decided no, I wasn't going to pull that off. Because I felt like I was going to have to start wearing like suspenders to go along with my bowler hat, or like very least more dress shirts, maybe even like a bolo tie. What if you were a bowler hat guy? That's right. Like, that's not a question that everyone has to ask themselves, but it is a question that I asked myself. I was like, bowler hat? Because there was a period before the Jester hat, I wore a black visor. And I had the skater cut, so my hair was like down to here and it was shaved on the sides. So I would like have my hair like fold over the sides of the visor, and it was like, it wasn't cool, but I felt pretty cool. Again, it wasn't like I wasn't doing anything, like I wasn't like killing it out there, but I was like pretty psyched about what was going on. Dirty says, never owned a fedora, but I did own a Panama hat that matched my good suit. See, that's the thing, right? Lord Dirty, it matched your suit, right? Like, that's fun. I like that. I think that's cool. I think that's good to be like, no, you know what? Like, I've got this like suit that I think, I enjoy, and I have a hat that like goes with it. Like, great. Now, if you're just like, I'm wearing a t-shirt and jeans and I'm going to work and I also have my Panama hat on, like, that is a statement hat, and some people can pull off a statement hat. I don't think I'm one of those people. There is a reason why I own 10 bandanas that all look I bought a pack of bandanas. Originally, it was a 12-pack, and 2 have like one ripped and one just got really worn because I was wearing it a lot when I was working out and I wasn't rotating through properly. So I have 10 left. But like, these are nondescript It's just like it's got like a pattern on it, and they were inexpensive. And like I could have, I'm going to wear a bandana so I can keep the sweat out of my eyes because I shaved my head. I could get wild with them. I could have like I used to also in my rotation have a Bastion bandana because I got it at PAX, and that was a very nice bandana. I wore the shit out of that, and eventually you could see the line where I'd folded it, so I got rid of it and stopped wearing it. Um, but that was my only other bandana other than these that I've had since I started getting into bandanas, and eventually I will replace all of them with other ones, but they will also be black bandanas with a little bit of a pattern because I'm not doing a statement bandana. I'm not going for a particular look. I just the practicality of, well, I can't have my hair. I don't have hair here, so if I'm sweating a lot, it'll just run down over into my eyebrows and into my face, and I would like to not do that. So what's the solution? Bandana. Also, it keeps my forehead and the top of my head from getting a sunburn in the summer, and that is awesome. The fact that I don't get a sunburn on the top of my head, wonderful. No banana bandana. No, I do not own a banana bandana. I don't know. I have put thought into it. Like, should I get wacky and wild with it? Here's the real thing. I don't work at a boring office where everyone is just doing their job and people have pride in like doing an okay job, but it's like no one's career. If I worked in an office where I was the funny guy or more the weird guy or let's be real, one of the annoying guys, like if I lived in that kind of like corporate work, then I might but also a place where I could wear a bandana, I might get weird with the bandana. I might like start showing that, like, or if I was a place where everyone was weird, like it's an office where you're like, is this like a reality TV show about a workplace? Because everybody's a character here. What's going on? Like, if something that came out of central casting, if that was the case, then certainly I would maybe consider showing my my uniqueness and my personality vis-a-vis the bandana. But no, I am not one of an employee that suddenly becomes kind of popular with the internet, and so then the casting people or the producers of the show were like, hey, can we get more stuff to do with Pat? Can we find more reasons to have Pat involved in this? Because, like, he's very big on social media with our audience. Our audience is very invested in Pat and wants to know more about what Pat's into and up to. That is not the case right now. I don't know if I could survive an office of main characters. Well, like I said, it's really like it isn't necessarily the main character thing. It's just that the office of like a lot of weirdos. Like there are normal people that work for Ace of Cakes, but you don't see those people. You just see the weirdos that like are artistically really interesting and have gotten a lot of, like attention because they are like cool weirdos. Those are the people you see. All right, so that's going to go here. All right, we got our neck. Our neck is in. Now we can move on to more armor plates. So we'll get some armor plating on here. But yeah, I mean, like I don't work in that kind of environment where I have to be like. Also, my work environment where the most people see me is this. So, on occasion, I'm wearing a dress shirt because I will be like racing back here to make it in time for the stream and coming from a place where I wore a dress shirt or a polo or something. I own a few of those, but most of the time I am wearing whatever t-shirt I was wearing that day because I usually wear a black t-shirt on days where I stream, and days where I don't stream, I wear colors that are not black t-shirts because I don't want to sweat through this. I also used to always wear black because I had a green screen in New York, so I made sure I wore black because it was easier to not have to worry about different colored shirts dealing with the chroma key stuff. So But yeah, I almost always just end up wearing a black shirt because that's just easier for me. Um, okay, so this is gonna go like this. Hell yeah. Hell yeah. This is already looking fantastic. This looks very cool. Wait till we get uh, more of this. No, we can do that now. Yeah, let's panel line this now. Um, oh, I am missing pieces on here. I totally put these on too fast. We'll see if I can just slip these other pieces on that need to go on here. A17. We'll get that together and then we'll panel line this thing here. But yeah, I don't worry about my wardrobe for streams. I make sure I have a bandana on. Occasionally I've forgotten. We've gone live and I haven't put a bandana on. And then I'm like, oh no, I am not wearing a bandana. But for the most part, I do remember when I need to do that. And then, yeah, and I just wear whatever. I don't dress up for streams. This webcam here is always zoomed in enough that I don't really worry about too much. So that way I can wear very comfortable shorts because you don't see my legs. You just don't. So I don't have to worry about any of that. All right. We got to do the waist here, but let's right now just panel line this. I will say, like, this is, again, you can see in the render how fucking detailed this shit is. It looks like we don't do stickers until the end. So we'll just wait on that. Because we'll probably end up putting stickers on over the markers, which I'm fine with doing. I don't mind doing panel lining and then putting stickers over the panel lining. I think that actually looks quite good. So we'll just do all the stickers at the end because they don't have you do it as it goes, which is that thing. So it'll still be weathered. It's not going to look as weathered as like the render photo, but that makes sense. It shouldn't look as good as that because that's not how the kit is designed. So we're just going to hit some of these panels here. We'll hit a little bit in between to give it a little bit of a look. I think it'll look good. I'm not too worried about if I miss any of these panels here because this is armor. This is like gear. This isn't a robot. So, it's not like, we're not doing a mech here. We're doing Plamo, not Gunpla. So I'm okay with it not being perfect. Other things to talk about. Let's see. What do I got here? Last night I streamed some Power Wash Simulator. Had a very good time with that. It was a very low-key stream. It's up on my VODs channel if you want to see the archive of that. Very low-key. Not too many people there last night. Not a lot of people chatting, which is all right. It happens now and again, and I don't mind that. But I hope people enjoyed the stream. Power Wash Simulator 0.9 update came out. They've been in early access for about a year, looking towards the full release coming soon. Still a very good game. Good. They take good feedback from the community, and I am enjoying my time with it. And yeah, we did some washing of some stuff, and the latest update put in some cool things to wash. That's about it. As far as games go, it's been that and Hearthstone. Those have been my lately games. I've been enjoying those. I'm still thinking about getting Teardown and mostly focusing not so much on the levels, like the game itself, but like playing around with like the mods and stuff you can download for it. I've been thinking about trying to get into that, seeing if that is something that I want to do. I don't know. Again, I don't know for sure, but I am certainly investigating that. That feels like a thing that eventually I will pick up. I just haven't yet gotten in the teardown. I didn't on my old computer because I knew my old computer would hate it. This PC, I think, can handle it. I mean, it's not top of the line, but it's pretty damn good. So I would like to get into it. And I would just probably avoid the things that, like, completely kill frame rate. I don't know if it'd be something that I would stream, but I am interested in getting into some like finding another game to stream because there are a couple things I want to do. Like, I don't know what I'm doing next Wednesday. Right, next Wednesday will be June. I know that on the 22nd, which is the day before my birthday, I know we're gonna do Jackbox. Like, I'm aware of that. That is a thing that is happening. We're gonna do Jackbox on my birthday. Like, I know that is a stream element, like a guarantee. That is a thing that we're doing. But beyond that, I don't know. I when does let me actually look here. Sorry, I'm just like talking out loud. No, I want to do Annie chart. I gotta go on my Annie chart list. Because when is summer 2020? Okay, so the first new episode, the first thing that's coming out in July, which will be the summer anime season, comes out on July 2nd. That'll be the second season of Rent a Girlfriend. I will not be watching that. But that means that July 2nd is that. So I would. So June 29th, I will do Pat Bear's Anime Club, where I will be doing my like spring review / summer preview, because that way it'll, like, the first episode will be coming out that Saturday, and then when I put the new episode on the 4th, it'll still be very new in the new season. Because there's something coming out July 2nd, there's something coming out July 3rd. That's basically, that'll be good. So we'll be doing that July 6th. There's some stuff. Everything's kicking off there. Great. So now I know two things I'm doing in June. Tower Unite could be fun. Maybe too rowdy, raunchy. Yeah, Arctic thought that might be too much for a Wednesday night stream. But right now I know two of the things I'm doing. And here's the real thing. The second week of the month is my Patreon decides what I do. But I need to have options for them. Because like right now it's like, well, Jackbox we're going to do the very next week. So it won't be Jackbox. That won't be up for option. So right now it's like Hearthstone and Pokemon. Like I can do Hearthstone. We can do the Pokemon stream. Maybe I'll do another Wrestle stream. I just did some on that Sunday, but maybe like maybe next Wednesday I'll do a Pat Bear looks at All Japan Pro Wrestling matches. Like maybe we'll do another one of those because that was really fun. So like maybe that will be the thing that we do. I don't know. We're working on. Hey, we're doing the waist. We're literally going from the top to the bottom here. So let's work on the waist. We did the torso there. So I don't know. I don't know. But I also could put that up for an option. Here's the thing. Really, I kind of want to do the wrestling thing. Hearthstone is always a thing I can do, but there's some people who are excited about that and other people who are like very much not excited about that. And then also there's like the usual of I have my Pokemon randomizer, which we didn't do this month because I was going to do it this past Wednesday. Not yesterday, the week before, but I really wanted to finish up the ranking of Pokemon, the Smash or Pass. And I'm glad I did that. It was nonsense, but I am happy that I did it because I did enjoy doing that stream. And it's, I don't know, can't tell you the next time if I have any plans at any point in the future of doing another stream like that. Another ranking stream, but I did enjoy it. We could do another, I could do like a tier maker of I am somewhat inspired. The fine folks over at Secret Sleepover Society did they ranked all of the intros to Final Fantasy main games, and I'm like, that's kind of a fun idea. I can maybe do a variation of that. I like the idea of that, of having a tier maker. And they also had the audience vote on each one, so they had a bunch of snap polls ready. And I really like that idea of just having polls ready to go and making it an audience vote. I was like, oh, that's kind of neat. So that way it was ranked, but it wasn't them, debating amongst themselves. It was like what the audience thought. I'm like, it's kind of fun. I could try to do something like that. I don't know. That might be a July idea more than a June idea. Really, what it's going to come down to is like I'll probably either buy a new game for next Wednesday. Again, it could be Teardown, or I'll just do my Pokemon randomizer. But I like the idea of like the second stream on Wednesday, the second Wednesday, the second week stream being a like. Okay, wait. So it's going to go here. Hold facing upwards, 12, and then 20. Okay. I kind of like the idea of playing a new game and then having the second week either be Pokemon Randomizer, Hearthstone, or more wrestling, like watching old wrestling. Because I do have one video that I didn't show on Sunday. I have one match that I didn't show, and I certainly have plenty of other ones, so I can do a whole night of it. I can just grab a bunch of them to show again because I really did enjoy that. For me, it's a fun idea. So I would certainly be down for doing that again, and it won't be that soon since. But also, I do like leaving it up to my $3, $5, and $10 patrons to decide what I do on there. It's not like a lot of, really, not too many people vote. It's usually a few folks in my 3, 5, and 10 get their voices heard vis-a-vis voting. It's okay that they, it's not plentiful. The real problem is when like it's unanimous and there's like 5 votes for something, and then like there's no buzz going into it. Like last night was really relaxed, but it was kind of dead. So that tells me, okay, well, when Power Wash Simulator 1.0 comes out, I will do a stream about it, but that'll be it. Unless there's like a lot of, DLC that comes down, free DLC, and there's a reason for me to stream it. I'm probably just going to like say, okay, like I do want to like, it comes out early access. I do want to like do a stream because that's happening and like talk about it and all that. Like I want that, but if there's not a huge interest with y'all for it, and sometimes Wednesdays just don't do super well. Sometimes they do, sometimes they don't. Like I do want people to enjoy themselves on the streams, and I do want to do things that people can get behind and have a good time with. But I am aware that sometimes I am being selfish because they're my streams and because I am trying to be entertaining and have fun. But like, believe me, like I just wanted to play I wanted to wash some stuff with a power washer last night and have like a chill, relaxed stream. And we got that, and it was fucking great. And I had a good time doing it. But I was not prepared mentally to do other things besides that. Like, I was just not in the right mindset for, like, I don't know. I'll play a shooter at some point. I just wasn't in the right, like, mood for it. And not that I do shooters on stream, but you get what I mean. Like, that was where my capacity was like, I could play Power Wash Simulator and talk about Power Wash Simulator. All right, let's panel line this a bit. It's not going to need much because it's a lot of gray here, but we're just going to hit this with the marker kind of loose. Again, we're not going to do every single panel, but we're going to do some of it because it'll just make it look a little more worn. All the belts, the many belts on this kit, on this, gear. We're just going to hit the marker along these ridges. Again, I'm not going super detailed because I don't need to worry about that. We'll just get some of them done. But yeah, I mean, I don't know. At the end of the day, I do want to entertain people. I want people to be excited and have a good time. But I also want to play games that I like. And the Wednesday streams are a bonus. If people are like, no, I just don't come on Wednesday, then that's okay. If like, yeah, I'm doing Hearthstone and you're like, no. Like, yeah, sure. If I'm doing like, I'm watching old wrestling and talking about old wrestling and you were like, Pat, there's nothing about this that like works for me. Old Japanese wrestling, I'm not here for it. Sorry. I got it. I understand. Hope we come back another time. Look, not all of us can be Nathan Explosion, who only comes for Pat Bear's Anime Club. He only wants to be here like 4 times a year. And then maybe 5 if I'm like doing a live watch of the anime awards, which weren't an anime. Like we did a live like reactions stream about it, but it was like, that like that's it. Like I understand why, like Nathan is here for that. He's not here for weekly anime talk. He's here for like the bulk of the whole stream being anime talk. He is an outlier. I understand. And there's some of y'all are just like, I do not care about this video game, but I like hanging out. And that's really nice. I mean, the fact that there's some of y'all that don't build model kits at all, has never built a model kit. Maybe did Lego as a kid, but don't do it now. Like, the fact that y'all hang out is so surprising and lovely, and I appreciate it very much. I am incredibly thankful for the fantastic community that found its way here. I am grateful for it. But it is sometimes I'm like, well, that's weird. I can understand if you're like really into model kits. But, all right. I mean, also, we shouldn't overlook the fact that this is a nice little community and that I read every chat message that comes through. And for some people, that's fucking huge. The idea that you can like write in the chat and I will look at it and acknowledge that you wrote something and respond. Like, there are people who watch streamers that don't because their audiences are so big, or they just don't pay attention to chat because they're just focused on whatever they're doing. And the fact that, like, for some people that is huge that I would take the time to acknowledge. So, least I can do, in my opinion. But I listened to the Shift 1 podcast and have never seen a race. I just enjoyed listening to Drew, Danny, and Rob talk about racing boys. Yeah. I understand. I have listened to a couple of those. It's not my regular rotation. But yeah, I mean, I like hearing about Drew. And I like Drew and Danny as a combo. And you throw Rob in there, I like that. Rob plays a lot of video games I will never touch. But I appreciate his passion and his interest in things. Not enough that, like, I don't listen to the Michael Mann podcast thing. Because, like, I watch some of his movies. But, like, I'm not a Michael Mann fanatic. But I also really don't like film criticism as a genre. Film criticism podcasts are not a thing that I listen to. I listen to one film criticism podcast, and it's because it's made by comedians who watch movies that are not very good. I listen to the Flophouse podcast. Sometimes they watch good, bad movies, but most of the time they watch stuff that is awful that I'll never watch anyway. Like, I'm not going to watch, like, a lot of bad movies because I don't necessarily enjoy watching them. But I will listen to a podcast about them. But I don't want to listen to, like, critical thoughts on film. Like, no. I just don't. That's just me. Aristophanes, I used to do that. Now I'm recording every race is slippery slope. Yes. Sometimes you listen to a thing and you're like, oh, I don't have an interest about this, but I like the people. And then you're like, well, maybe I do have an interest in this. That's why I watched 3 seasons of The Bachelor and The Bachelorette, because I started listening to a Bachelorette podcast because I liked the hosts. And then I was like, well, I got to start watching this garbage so that I understand what they're talking about. And that's how I watched several seasons up until the one where they had Rachel, their first black Bachelorette. And that season, unsurprisingly, was the most racist one because they did 100% book racist dudes. And were they racist to Rachel? No. They were racist to the other people who were competing for Rachel's hand in marriage. And it was uncomfortable. They did my boy Kenny King, professional wrestler Kenny King. They did him dirty. He literally got dismissed for being angry. And the episode was very clearly that he was being baited by a fucking racist. And it's just like, well, fuck off. I'm not watching this show anymore. I knew Dan Rakert stopped the podcast he did to his wife because he just wanted to watch stuff and be able to enjoy it. Yeah. Look, if painting the stream had turned out to be like a big money maker for them, maybe you argue about if you're going to keep doing it or not. But if it's just like, if it becomes an obligation where you're like, well, we got to watch this movie to talk about it, or we got to finish this anime to talk about it. Like, nah. Really, also, he did it with his wife, who's lovely, by the way. She's great. But, like, then it becomes like a dynamic in a relationship, and that seems weird. You know, yeah, I understand that. Um, if I started to hate building model kits, I would do something else. Luckily for me, I have not started to hate building model kits. Um, but one thing that we have to do right now is we have to transition. This is not a difficult transition. This is a very easy transition. Well, there we go. Very easy transition because we're going to talk about ways that you can support what I do here. Support the channel. First, I'm going to drink a little water because my throat is parched. That's good. Sorry, now I'm coughing. I'm going to drink more water. Oh boy, that did not work out. Sorry about that. Hello. I'm going to talk about ways you can support the channel. And then we'll get back to building. We're going to talk about some anime. You know the drill. You know what you're here for. First and foremost, let's throw the Bear Cave, the Lego, the site emote in the chat. If you're currently a subscriber, you can apply with those emotes. If you're not a subscriber, you don't worry about throwing those emotes in there, but maybe consider becoming a subscriber. We are currently at a 34 out of 35. Our big goal is 40, but getting to 35 will be great. Being a subscriber is the easiest way to support what I do here, just with your cash money. Oh, Ghost Valve's here. Hi, Ghost Valve. You could use your Prime Gaming token. Zorbs used his Prime Gaming token, which is really nice. Arctic Sloth using cash money, also very nice, and Aristofan as well. So, cash money or your Prime Gaming token because you have Amazon Prime linked with your Twitch, or maybe someone in your family is the person in control with Amazon Prime and you have the password, but they haven't linked it with a Twitch yet. Link it with your Twitch. Go for it. Get those freebies as well that I talked about earlier, and the other freebies, they're always in there. You could gift a sub if you wanted to. Want to gift a sub to somebody in the community so they don't see ads, so they get cool emotes. You could do that as well. You could join Aristofan, the gift sub leaderboard. Also, bits and coins, always appreciated. Bits are always welcome here. Harold's at the top of that leaderboard as well. So you could do that. But yeah, helping out here through Twitch is just one of the many ways you can support what I do. As I mentioned, I have a Patreon, and now it's set up that I can actually withdraw funds because there was a couple weeks there where I couldn't if I wanted to. But yeah, patreon.com/PatBear. It is at the end of the month, but maybe you just want to do it now because you don't want to wait till June 1st. You just want to get in there, become a patron. There are different rewards for different tiers. There's a $1, $3, $5, and $10 tier. $3, $5, and $10 gets to vote on some stuff I play. $1 gets big announcements, and then also there's a Q&A I do every month that's only exclusive to only Patreon. $5 gets videos early, like a day early for everything, and $10 gets everything I just mentioned, but also my $10 tier on Patreon gets to vote. So when I have, like, this kit's going to be done probably on Saturday's stream, because, like, we're making some good progress on this. Like, we'll probably get a whole leg done. We'll probably finish this up on Saturday. What do I build next? I don't know. Tomorrow, my $10 patrons are going to vote on what I build next, because that is a thing they get to do. So yeah, consider my Patreon if you're looking for a way to support. Maybe $3 a month or $1 a month is better. I was about to say $2. That comes in for the other thing that I do, which is I have a YouTube channel. Now, first, you should just subscribe to my YouTube because I post cool videos over there all the time. Every other Monday, every Wednesday, I put up videos up there. But also, you can just join for $2 a month. And then that Wednesday video that I'm going to be talking about in a little bit, well, you could get that Wednesday video. You could just get that earlier. You just get that on Tuesday for $2 a month. Yeah, that's just a way to support me over there on the YouTube. Also, direct donations are appreciated because maybe a monthly isn't right for you. I gave you 3 monthly options, but maybe you still want to support the channel with a direct donation through Ko-fi or through PayPal, directly through PayPal. And everything I get through direct donations, through Patreon and Twitch and YouTube, which also includes AdSense for watching my YouTube videos. That's right, watching my YouTube videos and watching ads on there does also benefit me. All that money goes into me buying model kits and equipment because it is good to have those things. I got to keep buying stuff. Like I said, I got some new gear this year. We got the new light this year. We got the new, where I've got the adapters that I needed to use my camcorder as my overhead camera. I am now going to start using tomorrow I'm going to try out the new stand for it. Very excited to have that. Now, if that's just not something you want to do, but maybe you're like, well, I'd buy you a model kit, Pat, if you had a way for me to do that. I do have a way for you to do that. You can go over my Amazon wish list, and we'll take a look at that. I've got inexpensive kits, expensive kits, some Lego, things that are like small little kits, like some Pokemon kits that don't take long to build, some stuff that's like pretty dang expensive. Bang for your buck, some things not too much. Oh, we just got raided. Puppet Jarrett just raided. Oh, this fucking rules. What's up? What's going on? I imagine cartoons were watched. Oh, yeah, and we got a new follow. Thank you very much for the follow. We were just taking our ad break here. Not real ads, fake ads. Me promoting myself ads. But welcome, Raiders. Thank you, Demon, Whiskey Nick, and Mick Zick 15. Thank you very much for the follows. Welcome, Raiders. I'll explain what I'm doing. What do we do here? Basically, we're going to stop talking about ways people can support the channel because I got a bunch of people that just rolled in. Thank you for watching Jake's, I assume, cartoon bullshit stream, because that is often what he does on Twitch. So I assume you were watching some very bad cartoons that no one's going to copyright claim because who owns it? Some conglomerate owns it and doesn't know. That's my guess. Anyway, we're going to get back to model kit building because that's what we do here. We build model kits and Lego sets. Some very good cartoons, actually. Well, good. I didn't know that sometimes Puppet Jared shows you good cartoons. One very good cartoon. Okay, great. That's awesome. You deserve it. You deserve good cartoons and not just being completely thrown by a cartoon where you're like, this is clearly to sell toys, but they didn't make toys for this animated series. What is the purpose of this? What's even happening here? Like, you deserve some good stuff too. A giant woman kidnapped the president? Damn. All right. Well, you're just endorsing a very good VOD for me to check out later, I guess, because I would like to see that. So I will have to check out the VOD. Anyway, what do we do here? Let's go back to the overhead. I'm Pat Baer. I build model kits and Lego sets. We're working on Boba Fett. I did not plan to work on this because it was Star Wars Celebration kickoff. It just happens to be the truth it's a coincidence. But working on Boba Fett, this is a model kit made by Bandai. Bandai does the Gundams. You've seen the Gundams out there. But they also do some action figure model kits, the Figure-Rise line. They do Kamen Rider and Dragon Ball. And they look pretty similar to your normal... It's way back there, but there's a Gohan back there that is from that line. But you probably can't see it. I still put things up there. But yeah, they have their like humanoid kind of kits. And we're doing Boba Fett. We're putting Boba Fett together. We're going to build the whole kit, panel line it. We're going to put some stickers on it because we got some cool stickers to do. And yeah, I mean, that's basically it. And we talk about a bunch of stuff. We're going to talk about some anime because that is a thing that I like to do here. I'm going to give you the overview of 3 animated shows that I watched that had episodes that aired on Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday, basically since my last model kit building stream. I didn't always dedicate a portion of my stream to talking about the anime that I'm watching that week, but a thing happened where in 2019 I lost my full-time job and I started streaming more, and I ran out of things to talk about because I've been doing this for a few years, and I can always talk about the model kit I'm building, but like for 2 hours, I really can't talk about it. Like, I will run out of things to say. So I was like, what can I chat about? And it's like, oh, well, we think chat about like current events and like games we're playing and stuff stuff we're excited about, and like, if there was like a press conference for video games or something. And I was like, well, I watch a lot of anime. I guess I could tell people about the anime I'm watching, which has worked out. At the very least, people, my general audience here, either are excited to talk about those things or are fine with me talking about a thing they don't care about, which is lovely because my community is fantastic. And I am very lucky to have them. That they are just like, yeah, Pat, sure. Talk about I'm quitting heroing and RPG real estate. Please talk about a chill anime where girls in a fantasy world are real estate agents, and one of them may or may not be a dragon. Yeah, please talk about that. Or talk about Skeleton Knight in Another World. I want to hear you talk about, or I don't mind that you're going to talk about an isekai about a skeleton man who is also a knight. I need to go edit my horror fantasy novel. It's pretty much an anime. Look, a lot of stuff can be anime. Here's the real secret, friends. Anime is just Japanese for cartoon. So, like, King of the Hill is an anime. The Simpsons is an anime. It's just a cartoon. It's just a Japanese for cartoon. Now, we have assumptions of what anime is. We make assumptions. Anime is also the friends you made along the way. You're not wrong. But we make assumptions about, like, what means anime. Like, well, that's a Japanese studio. It's like, well, all right, that's our version of what anime is. Oh, yeah, it has all the tropes. Yeah. I mean, also a lot of stuff is, like, not every video game, but, like, a lot of video games are just fucking anime. Like every Metal Gear game is just an anime. I mean, Revengeance is like a very cool anime, but every Metal Gear game is a goddamn anime. It's like not every particular video game, but a lot of fucking video games are goddamn anime. But yeah, I have listened to a little bit of the Japanese dub of King of the Hill, and it is pretty choice. But one of the anime you like this season is a Chinese studio, I think. That's also totally possible. I don't know for sure, Dirty. I don't watch a lot of we don't get a lot of Chinese animation that is based on Chinese comics here. A couple of them have started to show up. Funimation was like dipping their toe and being like, before the merger, like, what if we like, hey, there's a couple, and like Netflix has like one, and like it's starting, but it's very like early days of that. Yes, Aharon-san is a joint anime. Yes, Dirty. Aharon-san is like, it is like a Chinese studio working on a Japanese property. So, yeah. And also, Chinese studios are a lot of support studios. So, anime that has like, everything is digital except when there's battles. All the battles are CG. A lot of times the CG battles are done by a different studio because that's easier to just outsource those battles. Which is why sometimes it doesn't look right. And that's why, like, a show like Skeleton Knight in Another World, which blends CGI and 3D animation, digital animation, there are, like, character models that, like, swap between the two because the armor for the Skeleton Knight is easier to do in CGI. And then sometimes another character has to interact with that, so they make that character CGI. But then sometimes it, like, in wide shots, they'll just do it digital. And, like, it's jarring as hell, but it doesn't take you out of it because they're doing an okay job. But if you're ever like, oh no, a big dragon monster showed up, Why does that look like ass? Well, probably because they, like outsourced it for that monster because it was cheaper and easier to just do that. But the ones that blend the things together, I'm usually more of a fan of. And we'll get to that. So I'm just going to tell you about 3 anime that I'm watching right now. Voices of a Distant Star. I don't know. I don't have a ready available answer to that question. That is original video animation short. Oh, that's a short. Yeah, I don't know if that got a release from anyone. ADV Films had it before, so who got it? Did anyone pick that up? It looks like there was a DVD that came out in the UK, and that might be the easiest way to see it. Anime Limited took over and released a DVD Blu-ray twin pack with another movie in the UK. So you might have to try to find that. Oh, DVDs are expensive. Oh, that's annoying. Ironhide is here saying in Havana, an apple pie costs $5. In Jamaica, a raspberry pie costs $7. In Trinidad, a blueberry pie costs $10. These are all pie rates of the Caribbean. Welcome, Ironhide the Fourth. Happy to have you here. Thank you for continuing to say hello vis-a-vis a bad joke. I do appreciate it. I do appreciate your welcome greeting, which is of course a bad joke. Yeah, I don't know, Demon Whiskey Nick, if there is an easy way to see that. It seems like getting the double Blu-ray or DVD that came out in the UK might be the easiest way, because ADV Films obviously is not like a thing. Anyway, I'm going to talk about some anime. I watched 3 anime here. I'm going to give you the because we got some guests. We still have some guests joining us. And maybe you haven't been hearing me talk about it a lot. But I will just give you the briefest of brief overviews of these series. I'm Quitting Heroing is a series on High Dive. It is currently the only thing I'm watching on High Dive. I should find other things to watch on High Dive because that's not good. I should be watching other things on there. Because I'm paying $5 a month for that service, which is it's a fine enough service, but I should be getting my money's worth. Anyway, so I'm Quitting Heroing is a weird series that is an isekai. It appears to just be a fantasy series about the hero who pushed back he didn't kill the demon lord or the demon queen, but he did push the demon queen back and make the advancing army kind of just fall apart. And then humanity was the kingdom was hey, you shouldn't be able to single-handedly defeat the demon lord's army. You are too strong. Please get out of here. Everyone is scared of you. And so Leo, well, yes, thanks for stopping in. Appreciate it. Thanks for coming in on the raid. Thanks for chatting with us. And see you soon. And good luck with your edits. So Leo, our main character, is just well, humanity has abandoned me. I guess I'm going to go join the Demon Lord's army. And they say no, because he defeated everybody. So he's all right, well, I'll enlist under a disguise, and then I'll prove my worth. And so it's kind of a funny series, and kind of just an action series of him helping people and trying to fix some problems, and it's just it is what it is. And it's oh, this is a fun enough action series, and we'll figure out why he wants to do this, and the real reason that he's yeah, I'm gonna join the Demon Lord's army. That's weird. Why? And then the bomb gets dropped that he is an artificially created human. And this fantasy world is the distant future of the real Earth. Like the real Earth that got invaded in the year 2060 got invaded by demons from the demon world. And everything went to hell, and there's a big war, and then the constant invasion of demons, changed reality and warped it, and eventually, like, technology was lost, and all of this stuff happened. And our dude Leo is the last of the demon hearts, the artificially created to be like strong like demons, but have some human DNA that were created. He's the last of his kind, and he has been protecting humanity like over the years. Like, oh, this thing's happening, this tragedy's happening. Oh, time to activate, time to come out of hiding. And in this case, it's like, okay, time to pretend to be an adventurer and join up with the heroes party and all that. And then, like, other times it's been whatever. And he's fought alone, and no one remembers what he was programmed to do. He's just there. And now we learn in the backstory, we get some backstory in this episode, that he met an imp named, let me look up this, Ibrad. Ibrad was the imp who was just like, yeah, I'm here, but like, I don't want, like, we got tricked into coming here. We wanted to see like this world and see what it was like, but we're not here to invade. Like some people are invading, but like we got tricked by our demon lord, and he gives some information and is promised that they won't kill him. But he's been like speaking a lot about wanting what happened here? Sorry, hold on. There's like a pocket. Oh, that thing. Okay. I got you. I got it now. Never mind. Hold on. Sorry, I found it. Anyway, keep thinking about a manga about Seven Sword Sorcerer that's the same kind of backstory when you talk about this anime. Yeah, I mean, it's still a little generic. The idea, look, I love the idea that our world, like the world in the past in this anime, used to be like your traditional, regular, old like future. Like 2060, they had some technology advancements, but it was still just like Earth. And then like the demon showed up and everything got fucked up. Anyway, he met this dude, and this dude was just like, okay, or this imp was just like, look, don't just do this for your life. If your life changes and you have the opportunity to, like, you don't have to protect humanity, take that chance, learn, do something else with your life, learn to, find your own happiness. Like, go for it. And so that's kind of what he's doing now. Also, we know that next episode he's going to reveal to Echidna, who is the demon queen, like, hey, I've actually been this person the whole time. I'd understand why you'd be mad about that, but like, what if you weren't? Anyway, so basically he's just like, I think he is realized that a way to protect humanity is to give the demons what they want, and they don't want to take over, or these demons don't want to take over. They're looking for what feels like a MacGuffin, but they're looking for this like mystical thing that will grant them like, it will change the demon worlds to be like, stop being a barren wasteland, so that they can like have a better world to, I don't know, farm or whatever. I don't quite understand exactly what their real end goal is, but they're like, we need this stuff. We're invading because of this. So, are both of these the right piece? Let's find out. C28 and C27. Did I pull out C28 and C27? There's 29 and there's 30. Okay, so but 28 and 27. Okay, one of these is wrong. It was supposed to be 28 and 27. I pulled out 26 and 27. So one of these is the wrong piece. These are basically almost identical. I don't know which one is which. That's really fun. I think it's this one. Always double check your work, my friends. You know, I get into the rhythm of like, oh, I'm going to talk about some anime, and then suddenly I'm just like fucking up. All right, so I don't think it's this one, so I think it's this one. Just going to do a test fit here. Yes, this is the right one. So this is an extra piece, but not extra piece. This is an incorrect pullout, so I'll deal with that later. Great. But then I got to separate it because I got to put in this here. We're figuring it out. We're doing it. RPG Real Estate is an anime of the premise is what happens to adventurers when the demon lord is defeated, like a bunch of years ago. If you were like going to school to be like a mage, and now there's still a need for adventurers, but not as much. Well, if you're Kotone, you end up joining a real estate office. They help with rentals, and they help with like people owning homes. The thing with this anime, this particular anime, is that everything gets, well, not everything. Most things get solved almost immediately. Almost immediately, just about everything in this series gets figured out because that is how the anime works. It's just like, introduce a character who is looking for a place to live. Solve their problem. Maybe stress about their problem for a little bit. Solve their problem. Move on to the next thing. With the overarching plot that there is a character who, the only character in this world that can speak to all monsters, communicate with all monsters, is Fa, this young girl who doesn't remember her past and has a tail and sometimes falls asleep and wakes up at weird places and could be a dragon. Could be turning into a dragon and causing destruction wherever she goes. And that is the overarching plot. But every episode is really just like, hey, here's this person. Here's this person's problems. Can you solve it before time runs out? You can. Great. Let's move on to the next problem. That is kind of where we're at with this particular series. It's also very cute. It is the one of the only series this season that is cute girls doing cute things. What was the anime with the same premise, but the adventurer works in a department store and both there's anime in the same world? I don't think so. That is a manga and anime where the demon lord is defeated, and so our dude has to work at a department store instead of being an adventurer because that's what he's trained to do. And then his coworker ends up being like the daughter of the demon lord. And it's mostly a comedy, and occasionally he gets to actually be awesome, but there's very few times where he needs to be. And then also it's kind of pervy in some spots and not always great. But that is that anime, yes. I don't believe these are in the same world. Anyway, so this episode, they meet a girl and she's like looking for like a place with like good defenses and no windows because she's being followed. And the immediate thoughts they have is like, what the fuck's going on with this girl? Like, what do you mean? Who's after you? It seems like something fucked up's going on. What is this? Turns out, she is an idol and just became an idol and has a lot of people, like people found out where she lived. And so the solution to their problem is, okay, before I keep talking about RPG real estate, this is a piece of plastic on my finger here. See that I have to put into this kit. So I'm going to get my tweezers out. And I have no idea if I'm going to be able to do this. But this little piece of plastic has to go into this part of the leg. Here. And this is bullshit. What are we doing here? How am I going to get this little tiny piece of plastic in this tiny hole here? I kind of got it in, I think. But this is nonsense. What are we doing here? What are we doing here? Uh, that's the match. So that's the microplastic I've heard so much about. Yeah. Um, all right, I think I did that right. And then we have another tiny piece of plastic that needs to go in there. That is so tiny. Oh, great. There are two more to go on the other leg. Awesome. This is so tiny. What are we doing here? Um, anyway, she's an idol, and because she just became an idol, she didn't even recognize, oh, yeah, I make a lot of money. I could just live in a place with high security. And that'll solve my problem. And it's like, yeah, that'll definitely solve your problem, lady. All right, so luckily these go in pretty easy, although that one didn't. That one came out again. Oops, it's in my bloodstream. Indeed. The top one went in okay. This one is not. I might have it going in the wrong way. I don't know. So for some reason, yeah, this has got to go in here. Anyway, the second part of this episode was... oh yeah, Kodane wakes up, can't find Fa, is freaked out that she left. Maybe she is a dragon. They meet a fortune teller, and she uses her crystal ball to say, like, yeah, this is the place I'm supposed to see. The 39th document is the place I'm supposed to live. And they're like, okay, we'll take you there. All right, I got this in. The top one fell out, folks, and I don't know where it went. Oh no, it's literally here in my hand. These are probably gonna like not stay in here, and I'm not gonna worry about that. I guess I could glue them, but I'm mostly just not gonna care about this part here. I guess I could glue them. There it is. It's like, where's my liquid cement? So I'm gonna take these out, put a little liquid cement in there, and then put them back. So that way they don't come out again. And I'm gonna close this before I breathe in the fumes. So this is just liquid cement that you would use for like glue kits that you would normally, have to adhere stuff to. Basically, once these plastic pieces go inside, they are going to just adhere. Once I get them in, the liquid cement here is just going to kind of melt these two pieces of plastic together. Oops. I don't know how I would do this without very good, like incredibly good tweezers, like these jewelry case tweezers or these jewelry tweezers. Like, I don't know how I would do this otherwise. Anyway, whoops, the top one came off. All right, these are going to glue in there and then they won't fall off again, and I'm not going to worry about them. And the other leg, I'll do with that same thing, basically. So, fine. Anyway, RPG Real Estate, the girl, they show her, like, the place that she says this is her destiny to go to, and it's a real shithole. And then she literally falls through the floor. Any kit can be a glue kit if you're frustrated enough. You're right, Arctic Sloth. Yeah, you can always break a kit enough that it suddenly becomes a glue kit. She falls to the ceiling, lands on a dude, and they fall in love immediately, and they're going to get married. So she did end up in the right place. And she's like, hey, when we get married, we'll have to get a bigger place. We'll come back here and have you find us one. And everyone wins, and everyone's happy. But maybe she saw something dark in Kotane's future and gave her a good luck charm. Because we might get more plot as we get closer to the end of the season. Because I would love to know what the fucking deal is with Fa. In my mind, she's not actually a dragon. She's been falling asleep, transforming into something, and fighting that dragon, and not actually the dragon. And that's why the dragon's just been doing some damage, but hasn't, like, killed anyone. and she's actually the reincarnation of the demon lord that got defeated because she was found in the forest directly after that happened. That's my guess, but it could be that she's a dragon. And yeah, we might actually get some of that. And I think we won't get any information about two of the other characters being in a relationship because it feels like this is just a tease. We're just getting some queer baiting without some actual queerness. That's my guess. Who knows? All right, I'm going to panel line this, and then we will move on. But we did a leg. We got a leg done here. So we'll panel line it and then stick it on there. Not much that has to get done with this. We're just going to do the dots here and a little bit around here. Leave that side alone. Let that dry. And that. But yeah, so if you haven't seen this, folks, if you're you hung out from the raid from Papa Jared, I'm just putting some lines on here with these markers. They will just, and then you can hit an eraser over it, and whatever is in the panels, the grooves, will stay. And I have some different colors for different stuff, but it just happens to be that everything on here is works with a black marker. And it just gives it a little more details. It kind of brightens it up a bit, makes it feel a little bit more manga or cartoony. And I'm doing the quick and dirty method where I'm just kind of hitting my marker wherever, and then because I know my eraser will take up whatever shouldn't be on there. And yeah, I'm not going super detailed on this. I'm just kind of giving it some definition, hitting whatever. It is, armor or clothing, so I don't have to go super hard with it. There we go. It hadn't snapped. That foot needs to snap. Skeleton Knight in Another World. First off, my favorite opening song of the season. Just really cool rock song. Feels a little like modern Dragon Force. Just got a good vocals to it. Just good adventure. We got some backstory about our ninja, who is also a beast woman, named Chiyome. Chiyome. Chiyome is a ninja. Apparently, we find out in this episode, I'm just going to jump around a little bit. We find in this episode, she's part of a clan of ninjas, and it's very clear that the founder of the clan, many years ago, I forget how many years ago it was written there, 600 years ago, was also someone from Japan, because they all have different names. So we meet Goemon later. His name was Hanzo. He's basically just formed a ninja clan of beastmen when he helped them out escape from captivity. Anyway, she's there trying to find kidnapped beast people, just like Ariane is trying to find kidnapped elves. So they're just all right, well, let's help you. Because she's hey, wouldn't it be great if you gave us a hand? We got a lot of beast people captured, and then I can give you information, and that might help you find more of the captured elves. And so, sure, let's do it. Basically, there's a lot of places. The biggest place in the capital they're going to raid. They want to make a lot of noise, and they might not be even be able to capture the people or free the people that are in there. But at the very least, they can draw attention away so that other people have a better chance of freeing other folks. But what they didn't count on was the fact that Ark can teleport. He can do teleportation magic, so he's going to be really good to have. We get introduced to my favorite minor character in Skeleton in Another World, Goemon, who is a martial arts beast man. He's like a martial arts cat man that doesn't talk that often and has pure white eyes, no irises, just big white eyes. Because he comes out, he sees Ark, and immediately they do a manly test of strength. And then it looks like they're going to punch each other, but then they just lock arms because they immediately bro out, immediately like each other's vibes. And then it's just guys being dudes. They show up and they're supposed to cause a distraction and like make reinforcements show up to fight them, but they just like go overkill and just do too much. Like each of them uses magic to like make the ground shake and stuff come up on the ground, and it's like too good because it starts like vibing with each other. It's really great. I love their like bromance energy. They're just a real just like, you're strong. You're also strong. Hell yeah. It's just very fun. It's a good bit of business. In an anime that does have some good business, but this one is particularly great. But yeah, it's mostly just like that. Gomon rules. The dudes overdo it, and then the ladies at the end of the episode are heading to the back entrance to go and try to free those captured beastmen, while other beastmen are out there trying to get them from the other locations, because it's a joint operation. Oh, also, we knew that the first prince was involved in some shenanigans. He also tried to get his younger sister killed on the way for her to go talk to the elves. But Ark saved the day, not knowing that she was a princess. But anyway, he's going into hiding. It may turn out that he ends up hiding where some of those slaves are. I don't know why they would have him hide where there are slaves if he's trying to hide from people that are freeing them, but that might be where he is. Who knows? I don't remember. There's a lot of this anime based on a manga and a light novel. I have read all of the anime or all the manga that's available. I don't remember like this, because it's like I'm at the point now. Look at the point now where he is like fighting evil from like the evil church or something. So like I don't remember like this prince dude like getting in his way. It's just like, no, I can't tell you about this guy. Did not leave an impression on me. Too busy dealing with other shit, because there was a lot of other shit in this series. But anyway, it's really good. I recommend it. It's one of my favorite shows this season. It's just like a really good, like, look, there are a lot of romantic comedies this season that are very good. Spy Family is obviously fucking kick-ass. It is one of the best shows this season. Aharon-san is fucking fantastic. There are a bunch of good shows this season. Kaguya-sama Love is War. For a third season where it's just like, clearly every episode is like 3 manga chapters. Like, it's still very good. But yeah. Shikimori's not just a cutie. That's great. There's a lot of good stuff. Another person I really respect, and I respect their opinions on anime, was talking up that Birdie's Wing, which I have not watched because I don't really have an interest in sports anime, but people I respect a lot have been telling me this is a very good sports anime. Am I going to watch it? I don't think I will. I just don't think I will. But I like the idea of it. Spy Family is so good. Wish the English dub was further along because I'm watching alongside my friends and his kid. Oh, yeah. And his kids. Yeah, I mean, look. It's... Some people got laid off. You know, Crunchyroll and Funimation merged. Some people got laid off. And some of those people are producers of dubs. So, yeah, the dub... Not every dub is, like, you know, far along and like clearly you know, it's not like it's months and months behind, but it's not always exactly where you'd like it. But I don't have that problem because I don't watch the dubs, so I just get it when it comes out. Let's see. We have a little time left on the stream. I'm going to get another segment of this done. Now's a great time to hear from you, friends. What are you watching? What are you playing? What are you into right now? You watching any anime? You playing any video games? Reading any books? You know, you're hanging out. Let me know. I haven't really consumed much media since Monday. I'm playing, I'm playing Hearthstone every day, playing, trying to make a good standard test deck, test out some wacky stuff, some thief rogue deck, trying that. Haven't found one I like right now. Can't say I got one that I'm like, this is the test rogue deck. Finally, I figured it out. Can't say that. Would love to say that. Can't say that. 29 and 30. Okay, this is one here. Let's see. Arctic Sloth's playing Vampire Survivors just came out PC Game Pass, so my life is pretty much over. Hell yeah, enjoy that. And then Deep Rock Galactic as team game for Ghost Valve, keeping up with the Spy Family, Aharon, and Shikimori. Nice. Watching all the fun, really good romantic comedies they're out. Finishing up Stranger Things Season 3 before Season 4 starts. Nice, Lord Grafton. Enjoy that. I hope Season 4 kicks ass and you have a great time watching. I am looking for the next, video game that I can get really into. I think it might be Teardown. Like I said, that's a game I might be checking out. Still making my way through Ghostwire Tokyo. This is Aristophan. Well, enjoy it. Savor it. I hope you're having a great time with that game. And I hope you enjoy yourself with it. All right. We can at least put this on like that. Or no, it goes this way here. Yeah. No. There we go. All right, we got a little bit of this leg done. We got more leg to do. More of this left leg here. So we will be doing that in the future. We got all of this was tonight. Season 4 is pretty much the only reason I didn't cancel my Netflix this month. I hear you. Playing some Ni no Kuni Cross Worlds on my phone. It's pretty decent. Actually decent. Nice. That's fun. Yeah, my phone game time, it's mostly just Pokemon Go. Anyway, we're going to wrap up tonight. If you're still hanging out and you're new to the channel, please give a follow so you know when I stream. I build model kits Monday, Thursday, and Saturday, 9 p.m. to 11 p.m. Eastern. On Wednesdays, I do something else. Sometimes I watch wrestling, like very old Japanese wrestling, and talk about it as we check it out. Or I play video games, or we play Jackbox and various other things. The end of June, I'll talk about all the anime that came out in the spring season, and then preview the summer season. That'll be a Wednesday. But yeah, check out the streams. If you're here all the time, thanks for being here all the time. Fucking rules. Beyond the Infinite, called Beyond the Infinite. 2 minutes. If you don't like it, it's $2 to rent other places. Okay. Love Me a Time Loop. Okay, Lashbrook, that's a great recommendation. I do have Prime Video, and so I will take a look at Beyond the Infinite, 2 minutes. That sounds fun. But yeah, we're going to wrap things up there. Now, what do we do at the end of every stream? We go on a raid. We've got to share some love with somebody out there. We had a big raid tonight, which was fantastic. Love that. So we've got to share the love and go hang out with somebody. Will it be a model kit builder? We always end with a raid. That's right, John. I don't know. Sometimes it is, sometimes it isn't a model kit builder. But it's always somebody doing cool stuff, and it's somebody I know who I like them, and I like their community. Because I don't want to waste my time and waste your time. So who is doing stuff? Ian's still doing stuff overloading Ready Run, and that is model kit building, but he'll end at 11 p.m. So it's not worth it for us to raid for a couple minutes. So we're going to go over to hang out with Matt Wiggins, who is playing Hitman 3. Matt is great. Matt's community is lovely. I know Matt was wondering, what kind of game should I be playing? He was kind of bored with what he had. I don't know why he picked Hitman 3 to play, but he's a good dude, and his community is nice. So we're going to go raid Matt and watch him play Hitman 3, a game I really like and never streamed because I don't want you to watch me be bad at Hitman. Anyway, thanks so much for being here. Thank you for the new people that hung out. Thank you for the regulars that are here all the time. Thanks for the people that just lurked and didn't say anything the entire stream. I appreciate you too. You're going to hit the raid button here. Saturday is my next stream. I will be trying out my new camera rig for the camera, the new overhead. So that should be great and it shouldn't wobble. It should be very secure to the table. So that'll be awesome. And we'll be continuing this. We're going to finish this kit. I assume we'll finish it up. And then we'll start something new. My patrons tomorrow, my $10 patrons will decide that. Thanks for being here. Thanks for coming on this raid. Hope you'll hang out with me. Hope you'll come back and watch another stream. Goodbye, everybody. Goodbye, goodbye, goodbye. Goodbye, goodbye. Goodbye.